Guys, this is Stu from Stuart Scale Models, and this is my monthly update for August. And starting off, this is to do with basically my Thomas Amsel Gruber Tiger 1 build, which has just been going over about a year now, and we are very much getting near the end game, guys. The base, as you can see, is fully painted, weathered and matte coated. This is the base I bought from Fields of Glory, based in Camberley, Surrey, here in England. And as I say, the service is second to none. The quality of the diorama accessories is absolutely superb. And this is just an ordinary cobbled street section. Now, originally I was going to do a little scene with a Kugelwagen for this, but I decided to use the Tiger as though it's going through a stopping off a normally high street. First off, I basically covered it with Sternerez, and then gave it a sort of a dark grey coat over it, then clear coated it, and then basically put on one of UMP's washes, being the light dirt wash. Took away the excess, and then basically matte coated it with Testors dull coat, and the effect is absolutely stunning, as you can see here. Very realistic, very reminiscent of a cobbled high street in Europe during the war. And the Tiger itself I'm extremely happy with. I've actually got a little more weathering done on her, as you can see here. She's looking really good now, fellas. The actual chipping was used from a set I've got of AKs, which is the Rust Effects set. You've got numerous effects here. You've got light rust, medium rust, dark rust, old rust, shadow rust, and then you've got the chipping colour, which is what I've used on the Tiger here, just to give it that sort of worn effect where the crew have been clambering over, etc. I also put in a dark dirt wash, as you can see here, just to give it that tonal value, and a little pin wash as well. And if you look on the back here where I've got the exhaust shrouds, basically what I used to give it that sooty effect, again I used the AK Interactive Rust, and then basically put over that some pastels mixed with a little bit of UMP thinners, and then just basically stippled it on, and it's giving you that lovely wood sort of sooty worn effect, as it were. Did a little bit more extensive chipping around here on the jack as well as the rear mud flaps, and then just round the edges on the side skirts, as you can see here, and the frontal armour, as well as on top of the turret, and just did a little bit of a sort of a sooty effect on the end of the muzzle brake here. So that's how the Tiger's looking. The figures that are going to go with it, well, they're at this stage. They're all clear coated, as you can see here. Detailed paintwork is done on them. If I take one off, you can probably see. Just put the hand at the back there. Hopefully it will focus in, as you can see here. Did all the detailed paintwork on the Commander, as you can see here, and then all I've got to do, because it's clear coated, to save myself a lot of time and trouble, I've got this set here from Tamiya, which is all the insignia that goes onto their uniforms in 1/35 and 1/16. So that's done. Also on the tank crewman as well. Get my hand, hopefully it will focus. There you go. As you can see, that's come up like a shiny penny. And I'll tell you what was the trickiest part, was trying to get that Knight's Cross painted. I'm telling you, that was eye-popping. But all the same, I got it done. So that's the state of play so far. Also, a nearly thing I forgot is also I've done the weathering with UMP wash on the tracks as well. And I used the rust effects for the actual tonal variation in the track. Okay, so there you go. That's how we are on the build of the Tiger. Now, with my World War One group build, unfortunately I haven't got very far. It's in the same state you saw as it was on the first update, but what I am solely concentrating on at the moment is obviously the Tiger. So that is because I want to get this puppy finished and then move on to the World War One group build, and then possibly start on Steve Mottram's M group build. And talking of that, If I can find it, I've got it around here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, I know. Bear with me a minute, guys. I'm pleased to say my replacement set came through with the wall, as you can see here, which goes on the end of the actual diorama. So that's going to add a little bit more emphasis. Now, I possibly might put a little bit of a field scene in the back of it and then a tree. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. Or just leave it plain, but we'll see. But as you can see, the level of detail, again, these are from Fields of Glory. I ordered this, what, 4 days ago? And it's here. Superb quality service, you can't fault them, so I would recommend you get onto their website. That's fieldsofglory.com or .co.uk, and as I say, they're based in Camberley and Surrey here in England. Okay, anyway, moving on from the builds. Oh, actually another thing I want to mention, the actual paint for some of the colours on the uniform, I use this set, which is the AVVA Vallejo German Field Grey set. For field uniforms. Now, I've heard airbrushing, they're a nightmare, but paint, using it by paint, they're fine. I think I'll use these just for painting my figures in future. So there you go. Anyway, moving on to acquisitions. Well, unusually for me being normally an armour modeller, I've actually got a few aircraft I've bought in this month. First two, I have to say, are a very well-known French fighter of the 60s, 70s and 80s. If I just get that straight. Excuse the figure box there, that's the figures I used out of my box for the one that you just saw. Is Academy's Mirage 3C. Nice kit, nice lines. A little bit sparse as regards cockpit detail. I'll probably get an aftermarket set for that. I am not going to do it in the Israeli markings. I've actually ordered some decals because I've heard Academy's decals are a nightmare to bed down. So I'm going to do it in a French Air Force or possibly an Australian Air Force aircraft. But only that, I've also got the reconnaissance version, which is the Mirage 3R as well. As I say, on the decal sheet, you've got versions for this as well. So that's why I've got it in, and I ordered it today. So it should be with me in the next week or so. Again, same level of detail, not bad. Probably going to be quite an easy build. Again, I may well get some aftermarket in just to upgrade it a little bit and make the kit look more authentic. But not bad kits all the same. Next one is one I've already done an inbox review on. If you look back on my channel, is the Revell Eurofighter Typhoon twin-seater. This one is in 1/48. As I say, it's not a bad looking kit. There are one or two little bit of disappointments in it as regards flash on some parts, and cockpit detail is a little bit sparse, so I'll probably get some aftermarket in for that just to upgrade it and boost it up a little bit. But other than that, it looks as though it's going to be a superb kit to build. Next one is a aircraft I've always loved, and it just emphasises its sheer power. It's a well-known US aircraft which actually first entered service in the mid-70s, and it is of course the F-15E Strike Eagle of Revell's, again in 1/48. I just think this is a very, very fast, effective strike fighter, used to great effect out in the Gulf War and other campaigns since then. It is actually steadily being replaced now by the F-22 Raptor and F-35. So a lot of the frontline units, the aircraft are going into reserve and National Guard units now. However, they've still got them based over here at Lakenheath. I am trying to see if I can source some aftermarket decals for a Lakenheath bird. But if I can't, then I'm going to go with the option that's on the box. But again, a stunning kit. Superb detail. I would have to say it's a bit better than the Eurofighter. But the only thing I would probably get is some aftermarket exhausts on it. Next one up, going into the First War period, is this one, which is the Revell Bristol F2B Fighter. Looks a lovely kit to build. Detail on it is superb. However, what is going to be interesting is lining these wings up, because you've got all these bracing wires and stuff. I've always thought of it as a beautiful, graceful looking aircraft. I think it came into service around about 1917, which was about 99 years ago. Didn't have a very good start, but soon gave way to more effective fighters, but was used to great effect as a bomber, as well as a fighter, as you can see here in the illustration, but very graceful and beautiful all the same. And I've actually seen the real thing at Hendon if you look back on one of my videos. And then to counteract that, I've got the weekend edition of Eduard's Albatros D3 OEFAG 153, because obviously there was two factories that actually built this. Again, I've had a look at this. It's a lovely looking kit. Detail is excellent. You can get aftermarket in if you should so wish. But you only get the one colour scheme that you see there, so I am looking forward to building that at some stage. Next one after that is AK's first of two kits that they've released. I've only got the one. It is, of course, the 148th BF109 E1 E3 Oberspain. You get the option of about 4 different versions. I think 2 E1s and 2 E3s. I just love the 109. I just think it's such an iconic fighter. I think about 2 of them at Duxford around about, must be good 22 years ago, when they had the VE Day Air Show, and both of them nearly sort of swooped me. But stunning looking aircraft, and this is one of the earlier versions, so it's going to be an interesting colour scheme to do. The kit itself is, I think, virtually a rebox of the earlier Eduard Profi Pack version. It's got the etched brass, it's got a heck of a lot of details, and a lovely sort of pamphlet set of instructions as well. I will be doing an in-box review on this. And then the one after that is one I actually got off Paul Bretland here when he was selling some of his stash, and I got this one in this week. It is, of course, Tamiya's Lockheed Martin F-16C Block 2532 Fighting Falcon Air National Guard. This is a stunning looking kit. The level of detail is superb in it. Paul's built 2 of them, and he says they're beautiful kits. It's of the Air National Guard unit, which you can see on the side here. I quite like this tail sign, but again, I may well get some aftermarket decals for this, because I know what the decals are like on Tamiya kits. But a lovely kit all the same. Going back to the Second World War, this is the next one I got in, and again it's a stunning kit. Is Hobby Boss's F6 F3 Hellcat late version. Usual high standard of Hobby Boss kits. Level of detail on the engraving is absolutely superb. Copper is a little bit sparse, so I might have to get some aftermarket in, but all the same, I am looking forward to the build of this kit. Next one is Italerri's HS126A1B1. You've got the option of doing, I think, around about 6 different examples, as you can see here. 3 Luftwaffe, 1 Condor Legion, 1 which was captured by the RAF out in Italy and used, and 1 by the Greeks in 1942 as well. The only thing I would say is probably going to need an upgrade set for the cockpit, but other than that, it looks a very nice kit. My final aviation one is this, which is Airfix's 148th Western Lynx Mark 88A HM8 Mark 90B. And as you can see, the Mark 90B is a Dutch naval unit. Then we've got a version of the Royal Navy which is based at Yeovilton, and finally one of the Kriegsmarine. It is a stupendous kit, I have to say. The level of detail in it is, well, eye-popping, and I think that's going to look a stunning looking kit. You can get aftermarket for it if you should so wish, but to be honest with you guys, having had a look through this, I don't think you're really going to need it. And the level of stencils on it, ooh, yes. I shan't say any more, but it is a stunner. Right, getting back onto armour. I've only actually got 2 little armour kits this month. First one is this, which is Tamiya's. Actually, sorry, there is 3. Actually, 4. This is Tamiya's Panzerkampfwagen 3 Aus N. Now, you may have seen this before. I did sell it a while ago. But to be honest with you, it is a stunning kit. I am thinking of doing it as Wittmann's Panzer 3, because it was possible that he drove an N, or it could be an M, I don't know. Comes with a metal barrel as well, and it is a stunning kit. Following that, I've got reissued Stug 3 Aus B. Again, that comes with a metal barrel. It's got a lot of internal detail, a very good emphasis for super detailing, and I may well do that in a Barbarossa sort of dio. Now I know Hendrik Hollywood Modelling has built one, and it is stunning. His level of detail and weathering and chipping and rust on it looks stupendous, so well done, Hendrik, and I can't wait to see your final reveal on that on the dio. Right, another one. Get hold of it. Got over here. Ooh. Final 2. This is the one I won on the Live at the Bench series that Paul at ISM has been doing over the last month. And I was lucky enough to win the first prize draw on a Friday, and I won this beauty. It is, of course, Tamiya's recently released M10 mid-production US tank destroyer. I have done an inbox review on this. It is a stunning kit. The figures are supreme. I wouldn't put them up there near a Dragon, but they are getting pretty near it. It's going to make an absolute stunning kit. It's probably what I'm going to build next year. You can get a storage set from Black Dog, which I'm going to order in, and I've already got a metal barrel in with it as well. I've just got to source the some new aftermarket tracks for it, which I've got a feeling I've already ordered, but there you go. But as I say, it's a stunning looking kit, so if you want to get hold of them, I heartily recommend you do. And then finally, we've got this one. Unusual subject. It's of a tank that was used in the interwar years. It was the very first tank produced after the First World War. It's the Vickers Medium Tank Mark 1. Again, it's up to Hobby Boss's usual high standard. It looks a superb little kit. Link-to-link tracks, and you've got some etch brass in it, and as I say, it looks a beauty, so that's probably one I might build later this year, but I heartily recommend you get hold of this. So there you go. As regards what's been happening in the community, well guys, Mike Cohen's just recently done a series of videos on how to do a filter wash and a seascape on the HMCS Snowberry, and I have to say, Mike, superb videos, bud. I very much followed them with great interest, and that seascape you did of the Snowberry, absolutely stunning, bud. It really sort of emphasizes the harshness of the North Atlantic, and I love the effects you did with the spray coming up over the bow as well. And Frankie Day as well, who did recently a B-25 Mitchell on the Doolittle raid. It looked absolutely stunning, Frankie. Well done, bud. Up to your usual high standard. And not forgetting Michael at Mod Art. He not long ago completed the Airfix 148th Bolt and Pull Defiant, and it looks stunning. So well done to you, Michael. So other than that, I haven't really been following, but I have to say to Gil Mondragon and all the guys in the Starring Syndicate, as well as Paul at ISM and the guys, brilliant weekend with a 48-hour build. It really emphasises the closeness of the community, as it used to be before there was all this fractious behaviour last year. And I do feel that things are getting back to what they should be, so more of it, guys. Anyway, that's it for now for this month, so until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.